going to be learning about the artistic technique of printmaking. So printmaking is making multiple originals of the same image, and each multiple is its own unique image. So it's really easy to make different shapes over and over again using the same printmaking process. You can either use a stamp or a different object to make these different multiples. One famous artist that uses the printmaking process is Andy Warhol, who is from my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So Andy Warhol used the printmaking process to make his own artistic genre of pop art. This pop art was him using printmaking processes to use, and he used repetitive patterns of the same image with different bright colors to make each multiple its own unique original using all these bright, amazing colors. Today we're going to be printing using styrofoam plates, a common household object. You can also use different objects other than stamps that you can buy in a store. You can use apples, you can use bottle caps to make different textures on the paper, and you can also use your fingers. But today we're going to be using styrofoam plates. So now I will show you how we can use styrofoam plates to do the printmaking process. So first you want to get your paint out, and today we're using two different colors, just pink and green. And you use these colors. I'm using them on another styrofoam plate as a palette and set them aside. So to start making a stamp, so I think I'm going to make a flower shape. So I'm going to cut into the styrofoam, and I'm going to cut off the edges first so I can get a nice flat surface to cut my flower from. So I can set those aside. So I'm going to make a flower shape. Mine's going to be pointed. Actually, this is more like a star now that I'm making it. So this is my star shape. So now, to make the print even more unique and original, we can use etching into the styrofoam. So to etch, I'm taking the back of a paintbrush, or you could take any other really hard surface, hard pointy surface. So you could use a pen or even scissors. So I'm going to take the back of the paintbrush and just etch into my star shape. Just drawing lines, different designs, anything that you might want to do to make this print unique. So now that I've etched into my star, I'm going to take the paint and cover the star with the paint. You can use different colors of paint in the same print, but in order to use the print over and over again, I'm going to just use the same color so I can dip the paint in to the, we're going to call this our stamp, so I can dip the paint into the stamp over and over again. Okay, so now that I have this stamp almost all covered, and I'm using a paper underneath so I don't get the paint on the table. Okay, so now my star is covered, and so I will take my paper that I am printing on and turn the star over on the paper, lay it down, and press. Press pretty hard and make sure that all the pieces of the stamp have touched the paper evenly. And when you have done this, you lift up your stamp and you have the final product of your print. You can see that the etching has left the pieces of the paper white because we etched in to make the grooves so that the paint wouldn't touch the paper. But you can also reapply the paint. Now I'm going to be using a different color because that paint was gone. So you apply the paint all over the stamp once again. And I'm going to stamp this star again. So press down, make sure all the pieces of the star are covered, and make sure when you're covering the stamp with paint, don't put on too much paint, but also don't put on too little. And again, we get a print of the star. See, these prints are almost identical except for the grooves. The paint got in the grooves a little more the second time. Using these stamps allows you to be able to produce identical prints over and over again. And this printmaking is very useful, especially in the project that we are completing with the dioramas, because this allows you to repeat a picture over and over again on the background of your setting, or even on any other part of your setting, so that you can replicate the same image over and over again. For example, like leaves on a tree or stars in a sky. All right, so that was printmaking, and I hope this can be useful to you in the future.